The 20th century reshaped the world map more dramatically than almost any era before it. Empires dissolved, ideological unions collapsed, and ethnic federations splintered along old fault lines. The 5 cases below aren't random. They represent different mechanisms of national death: violent breakup, peaceful negotiation, military defeat, and ideological collapse. Together they show that borders, however permanent they look on a map, are really just current political agreements. The USSR was formed in 1922 out of the Russian Empire's collapse, built on communist ideology and held together by a centralized party structure. For nearly 70 years, it functioned as a superpower rivaling the United States. By the 1980s, economic stagnation, the costly war in Afghanistan, and Mikhail Gorbachev's reform policies, glasnost and perestroika, loosened central control. Nationalist movements in the Baltic states, Ukraine, and elsewhere accelerated through 1990 to 91. A failed hardline coup against Gorbachev in August 1991 destroyed what remained of central authority. And by December 1991, the Union formally dissolved into 15 independent states, with Russia inheriting the USSR's UN seat and nuclear arsenal. Yugoslavia was a multi-ethnic federation held together largely by the authority of Josip Broz Tito until his death in 1980. Without his unifying leadership, simmering tensions between Serbs, Croats, Bosniaks, Slovenes, and other groups resurfaced. The early 1990s saw a series of brutal wars as republics declared independence: Slovenia and Croatia in 1991, Bosnia in 1992, triggering a particularly devastating war with ethnic cleansing, and eventually Montenegro split from Serbia in 2006, with Kosovo declaring independence in 2008. Unlike the Soviet collapse, Yugoslavia's breakup was marked by sustained armed conflict and international intervention. The German Democratic Republic was created in 1949 as the Soviet-aligned half of divided post-war Germany, separated from West Germany by the Iron Curtain and, after 1961, the Berlin Wall. Economic disparity with the West, restricted freedoms, and the broader collapse of Soviet influence in Eastern Europe led to mass protests in 1989. The fall of the Berlin Wall in November 1989 was the symbolic turning point. Formal reunification with West Germany followed within a year on October 3, 1990, a date still celebrated as German Unity Day. Czechoslovakia formed in 1918 from the ruins of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, uniting Czechs and Slovaks under one state, with a brief interruption during Nazi occupation and full absorption into the Soviet bloc after World War II. After the peaceful Velvet Revolution overthrew communist rule in 1989, political leaders in the Czech and Slovak had found they had diverging visions for the country's future. Rather than fight over it, they negotiated a clean separation. The Velvet Divorce took effect January 1, 1993, with no violence and minimal disruption, often cited as a model for amicable secession. At its height, the Ottoman Empire spanned 3 continents and lasted over 600 years. Its slow decline through the 19th century earned it the label the sick man of Europe. Siding with Germany in World War I proved fatal. Defeat led to occupation and the partitioning of its territories by the victorious Allies. A nationalist resistance movement, led by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, fought off occupying forces and Allied-backed partition plans. The Sultanate was abolished in 1922, and in 1923, the Republic of Turkey was proclaimed as a secular nation-state built on the empire's Anatolian core. These 5 disappearances cluster into recognizable patterns: ideological collapse from within USSR, violent ethnic fragmentation, Yugoslavia, absorption following political revolution, East Germany, amicable negotiated split, Czechoslovakia, and defeat-driven empire collapse followed by national rebirth, Ottoman Empire. What unites them is that each country was really a political arrangement contingent on specific conditions: ideology, external pressure, internal cohesion. And when those conditions shifted, the arrangement gave way. The successor states that emerged are still working through the legacies of these breakups today, from Russia-Ukraine tensions rooted in the Soviet collapse to ongoing disputes in the Balkans tied to Yugoslavia's wars.